Why, hello, Internet. I suspect you may have gotten your hopes up. And we told you, don't do that. And I have no idea where I'm going with this. Hello! Welcome to Don't Get Your Hopes Up, the podcast wherein, apparently, I just tell you not to get your hopes up. Also, Mike B is here.
I'm here.
Yeah. So,
I don't have a kazoo, and
Yeah.
I was gonna run and grab my bass, but it's on the other side of a bunch of stuff, and I just didn't do it.
Yeah.
It's poor planning.
You really could have planned this
I
better.
could have totally planned that, but we could re-record, but we won't.
Yeah. No, that'd be work. Yeah. Podcast.
Yeah, podcast, buddy.
Yeah, podcast. So, speaking of the first topic of this podcast, apparently the entire season of Game of Thrones got leaked.
Wait, hold on a second. Okay, I may have misread this topic.
Yeah. Yeah, the entire season. Yeah. I haven't gone looking for it or anything like that, largely because I'm actually way behind on Game of Thrones, so I wouldn't want to watch it right now anyway.
You gain from it.
Yeah. Yeah, but
God.
So, okay. I have a small conspiracy theory about this. We know that in the past, HBO has had a sort of like, yeah, whatever sort of attitude towards being the most pirated show in history.
Yep.
Right? Like, everybody torrents this show, and they're just making enough off of it just by normal means anyway that they kind of don't care. So I kind of wonder, given how we've seen like Netflix and Hulu and various other internet streaming services doing their own things nowadays, and we know that HBO is kind of getting into that market as well, of the like buy a service so that you can watch HBO stuff streaming. I kind of wonder if there's sort of like, well, let's just leak the entire season and see what the internet audience does with it. Do they want to just watch the entire season? Let's leak it out there. Like, I think that maybe they leaked it on purpose, is what I'm saying.
Huh. That's really God, man. It's I feel like it's such a tinfoil hat thing.
Yeah,
because it's kind of a reach, but at the same time, it's like,
well, companies do stuff like that all the time. Like,
yeah, no,
finger quotes leak things. Like Android phone manufacturers, like 2 years ago, it was kind of hilarious. You would go to name an Android blog. You would go to it, and it would be like all sorts of pictures and stuff of this new device, and we don't know what this new device is yet, but it says Motorola on it. And someone found it in a bar. And like that was always the line was, oh, if someone found this in a bar.
In San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this happened like 10 times over the span of a couple months, that by the third time it happened, people were like, okay, seriously. No one found this in a bar. They gave it to you because they wanted you to leak information about it. Mm-hmm. So that's sort of a, like, I don't particularly think that that's what happened here, but it's an interesting sort of theory. I think like maybe HBO was like, let's just leak the whole thing, see what happens.
That would be really interesting. So I can't find a torrent. Not that I would download it, but I can find the entire torrent. But I will say this: if I can find the torrent, I would probably download it. And the reason why is because I'm paying for HBO, and I will not stop. I will continue paying my dues. I'm just getting it ahead of time. I don't know if that necessarily justifies it, but but it's so the videos are standard definition, and by standard definition, like I'm like it's actually like 480p, like because they were DVD screeners that were leaked, and it's kind of you're kind of hurting yourself watching them if you're in it for any of the visuals. And obviously in Game of Thrones, there's a lot of really, really great visuals. And in standard definition, you're not going to get any of that. I mean, if they released them all and everyone
Apparently,
downloads them.
I did find some more information on it just Googling here while we've been talking.
Uh-huh.
Apparently it's just 4 episodes, not the entire season.
Oh, man, I knew that already.
Oh. Well, you should have corrected me then.
I no, because I thought you meant like the entire season outside of the 4 episodes. I was like, no. Okay.
So the bullet in our document was everything that I knew about this. There was, someone told me that the Game of Thrones entire season was leaked. That was it.
I'm gonna go ahead and chalk this up to you guys have been busy prepping some big stuff at Blizzard.
I probably wouldn't have paid much attention to it anyway. Honestly, I'm so far behind on Game of Thrones at this point that I've just sort of adopted a finger in the ears strategy towards everything that.
Yeah.
Because at some point I'm gonna catch up on it, but I'm like 2 seasons behind.
Well, that's smart. Then I mean, honestly, like the fact that you knew that it was leaked, whether or not the season, the 4 episodes, whatever. Like that's the fact that that's all that you know. Like is.
I'm doing well.
Massively beneficial for you. Yeah, exactly. You're doing good things for yourself.
Yeah.
Because where are you at right now? Just out of curiosity.
I don't even remember. I'd have to go and look at the most recent episode that I watched to jog my memory about it.
It's
post Red Wedding.
Well, okay. I was gonna say. How do I do this? Let's see. When's the last time you saw Ned Stark? Okay. When's the last time you saw so and so? Okay. When's the last time you saw so and so?
Just. When's the last time you saw this character? Why?
Oh, never mind. Okay, cool. So I know where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're.
I think where I left off, Daenerys had just sort of like gotten her like slave city. And they did the whole like Mother of Dragons thing, and everyone was like, "Oh, this is so amazing, Daenerys! You're so cool."
You're so cool.
Yeah, that's what they were saying from what I remember.
Does that sound like?
And what's her name? Stark, the annoying one, had just gotten onto a boat with the creepy guy. The annoying Stark had gotten on a boat with Creepy Finger. And
this is like. It's like that video or that whatever that video or the girl who had the guy's like wife who had like never seen Star Wars or something like that or whatever, like tried to explain it after seeing it once. Like that's beautiful, man. Creepy Finger. I like that. That's very accurate.
Dude, that's actually a kind of an amazing idea for like a YouTube series or something. Like not specifically like, because everybody does no one's ever seen this before, so let's explain it. Like you've seen this once and now explain what just happened sort of thing.
Yep.
But what if it was like, okay, explain a movie that you saw 10 years ago, the entire plot, go. Like, all right, The Princess Bride, start to finish, do it now.
Oh no.
So there's like this guy, but actually like it's this kid, and Columbo's there.
The problem is I get Princess Bride. I don't know why I get it mixed up with like Labyrinth and
That's weird.
And there's another one, Crawl. I think.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
Yeah. So I think it's Crawl and Labyrinth and Princess Bride. Like those 3, like certain pieces I'll mix up. And I think because they all have like a big character in them or something. It's like Andre the Giant is in all those movies in my head for some reason. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he is.
Yeah. Explain the plot of The Never-Ending Story.
So this guy and his dog.
This guy and his dog, but his dog's a dragon.
His dog's a dragon.
Yeah.
That's an easy one though. Everyone knows. Everyone knows the whole plot to that.
And he's reading a book, but the book is real, but it's also not. And there's this like American Indian dude who has a horse. And then there's this thing called the Nothing, and it's like eating things. At one point, there's a really scary wolf in a swamp, and
it was sad.
And it's like the Nothing never was. There, done.
Yes, there you go. That's right.
That's one of my favorite sayings to just whip out, like in the middle of conversations.
What's
like,
that?
"Oh, I'm so excited! This is the best thing ever! It's like the Nothing never was." Because every so often, actually fairly regularly, you get people who just don't realize that it's a Never-Ending Story reference, or maybe they never saw it, and they're just like, what is that combination of words meant to mean? It's like the nothing never was.
I find it. Oh wow, that'd be really. I find it hard to believe that that's a movie that people would have never seen. But I guess it makes sense.
Yeah,
Jesus.
There's name a popular movie. I can find someone who hasn't seen it.
Oh yeah, no, that's very true. Very, very true. Yeah.
In fact, I can probably go to someone. I have in mind the first person I would ask.
Oh God.
Because everybody has that one friend, right, that's never seen anything. So.
I saw you the cop.
Yeah, can you hear that? I'm apparently under arrest. It's because they heard that we were talking about the Game of Thrones leaks.
Yeah. They intercepted this podcast.
Yeah. They were like,
pre-recorded podcast.
I think he's got the Game of Thrones leaks. We should go to his house.
We can watch them. We take him down. We take them all down.
Yeah. No, they're like, we take him down. We can confiscate his hard drive, and then we'll have the Game of Thrones leak.
We get such a big reward for this.
Yeah. So, speaking of dragons in Game of Thrones, by which I mean, speaking of winged things with wings, by which I mean, speaking of bats, by which I mean Batman versus Superman.
You took the hardest possible path. You took that was the.
I can't do it on easy mode, man.
Leaks.
Yeah, no, I could have said speaking of leaks, but that would have been like, what is this, LFR? No. Doing fucking mythic mode transitions right now, man. Like, serious. This is serious. No, we go Game of Thrones, dragons, bats, Batman versus Superman, then we go back to leak. That's how this works.
That was leveling to 100 using just professions. That's what that was. Okay, that wasn't anything,
It was leveling to 100 on a starter edition account. Somehow. Yeah.
So yeah, we actually just saw this before the show.
Yeah.
And it is dark as fuck. It is really dark.
Yeah. Not necessarily dark as in terrible things are happening. Dark as in poorly lit. It is not bright.
Yeah, it's on top of the fact that it's somebody sitting in a theater filming the screen, which is inherently terrible.
Yeah.
The film itself is just it's everything. There's not a single well lit scene in that entire trailer.
Yeah. Bring a flashlight.
Did you
It won't help, but bring one.
Did you get there's a part there where his eyes light up. Now I don't follow the comic books or whatever, but I've seen Batman Beyond, and that's the first thing I thought. His when the lights lit up, it's oh, Batman Beyond. That's the vibe I'm getting from that. I haven't been following outside of Ben Affleck being in it. I haven't been following any of the hype or any of the news regarding Batman versus Superman. I liked Superman. I thought it was great.
I feel like this is given the general Superman conundrum, this movie is somewhat predictable because the problem that DC has always had with doing anything with Superman is the guy is perfect. So, what plot do you have now? That's why Kryptonite exists as the single most Deus Ex Machina thing that's ever existed. Is this we came up with all of these reasons why he's invincible and immune to absolutely everything, except a rock from his hometown.
Because he gets homesick.
He
breaks down.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's you watched the last Superman?
I did not. No.
Oh, okay. So I'll give you a little bit of a spoiler.
Okay,
it's not Kryptonite. It's not Kryptonite that is his weakness on in that movie or in this universe now. It's actually the.
It's love.
It's it's the atmosphere that gives him power. So it's basically it's I think it's the air that he breathes because when Zod and his cronies come down, they're wearing helmets and shit, and they're basically just wimps. And Superman basically is just tossing them all over the place. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, so it probably wasn't true. But I know at some point, like, he breaks his.
This whole episode is just trying to remember, like, video entertainment.
Yeah, so then Zod's all like, "Oh God, I'm gonna die." Oh wait a minute, I'm like hella strong right now, and then that's pretty much it. So that's pretty much how it goes. That's the entire movie. I spoiled the entire Superman movie. You don't see it anymore.
So wait, so the atmosphere, so like the air is what gives Superman his powers.
Something like that, yeah.
So then this should have been Batman versus Aquaman. Like, they could have finally found a way to have Aquaman do something.
Well, they're setting that up. Batman will take down Superman, and then Aquaman will come up. It's gonna be like like an all-star. It's gonna be a celebrity deathmatch.
Aquaman. Yeah, it's gonna be the ultimate showdown of Ultimate Destiny.
Oh, yes.
You remember that?
I do, actually.
Yeah. Need some Mr. Rogers.
So
yeah.
So what? Yeah. Oh yeah. So go ahead.
I was just going to launch into another mythic mode transition.
I know, I was waiting. Well, anyway, that trailer is going to be the actual trailer. If you want to wait for something that actually looks better than the crap that we saw, Monday, I believe, is when that trailer is going to be released.
Yeah. So speaking of trailers, by which I mean speaking of the things that you put actors in, by which I mean speaking of Liam Neeson, by which I mean speaking of Obi-Wan Kenobi, by which I mean speaking of Star Wars. Yeah. Okay, yeah. The Star Wars trailer came out today.
If we take out all the transitions, this show's gonna be pretty short.
Yeah, probably. That's what I do, man. Now, I pad.
Yeah. Now, you have not seen it yet.
I have not. No, I was in the middle of
a very busy work day.
I was in the middle of telling PvPers when they're allowed to be angry or something.
Yeah, you couldn't. You had to tell them that they had to cease the bullshittery.
Yeah. Yes. I was in the middle of trying to explain to PvPers what the PTR means, with mixed success. But yes, I was streaming and then I was busy. Right. So I have not actually seen any of this yet.
Okay, so you have it queued up, right?
Oh, I should have done that.
You should have done that, right? So
it's on YouTube, right?
What you're gonna do? Yes. What you're gonna do is you're gonna watch it right now, and
okay.
I want you to give us not a play-by-play, but just give us your reactions. If you give us a play-by-play, you're gonna be a very busy man.
Okay.
And you won't be able to watch it.
All right.
Are you ready?
I'm gonna get my commentator bones going.
Oh God.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay.
Starting from 0.
Well, hold on a second. Now I want to pull it up.
Okay.
Let's take me a second.
Well, you're very organized.
Type in ST in the Star Wars The Force Awakens trailer. It's the first thing that pops up. Hey, look at that.
Oh, nice.
Look at that. All right. I'm ready when you are.
Okay, I'm starting at 000.
Got it.
Okay, 3, 2. We're going on go. Like 3, 2, 1, go.
So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. 3.
No, wait, no, hold on a second. No, it'll be 3, 2, 1, and then okay. Let's make sure.
Yeah. So numbers, you get what? Like,
yeah. Okay.
And then down, but we're not going on numbers. We're going on go.
Okay, on go. So 3, 2, 1.
Not that go that I just said, or the one immediately following it. Like we're waiting.
The next time we say go, but not this time. Got it.
Yeah. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, hold on. That's a really long wait between. The rhythm should be solid, right?
Sorry.
It didn't end. Okay, all right.
Okay.
So the next time you say go, but not this time.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. The following preview has been approved to accompany this feature. What feature? Okay, Lucasfilm, yes. We're now 15 seconds in and nothing has happened.
Jesus, wait, God.
Oh, this is very Star Wars A New Hope with the speeder and the... Oh, it's a crash Star Destroyer! Oh, it's a crash Star Destroyer! Oh, that's a mashed up Darth Vader helmet. Well, like burned, I guess. My father has it. That's a man with a metal hand groping R2-D2. Oh. Oh. Oh, is this about the... Oh. Oh. This Christmas. Fucking X-Wings. That weird lightsaber with the side... That guy looked like Darth Revan. Oh, man. Oh, it's the Millennium Falcon! Oh my god, it's Harrison Ford. I got nerd chills, man. I got little nerd chills all over. And then a boring outro. Okay. Well,
So how do you feel? How do you feel right now?
I need a cigarette. No, I honestly, this hasn't really much changed my overall thought on the trailer or on the movie,
Right.
because I was already 100,000% on board with a J.J. Abrams Star Wars movie. Like, yeah, like, yes, no, give me this. This is exactly what I want. This is yes, thank you. This will do nicely.
Dude, I love your reaction is so perfect because it's like you're like, oh yeah, this is like the thing, and it says, it's like instant Guar mode. It's like,
Oh my god. Yeah.
yeah, I lost it, man. Like I was like, the music and everything is really good, and then like, and then it gets down to the end, and then it goes black, and then you hear Han's voice, and then you see Han and Chewie, and you're just like, oh,
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, okay, yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna collapse in my chair now.
Thank you for surviving this long, Harrison Ford, to bring us this movie. Oh man.
so
is
the,
it supposed to be about the like kids of? How did that even work? Because wasn't it like supposed to be that like because in the extended universe, like Han and Leia had kids, and they were Force sensitive, and I don't remember their names.
Yeah.
I read a bunch of the books fucking a million years ago.
Yeah.
I can't even do the remember that thing from ages ago thing with it.
With the book.
Yeah, literally all I remember is that there was that.
Yeah. So in the trailer, I know you were busy casting, so you probably missed it. But the robot hand that gropes C-3PO, I thought it. I'm sorry, that gropes R2-D2. I thought it was C-3PO at first, which would have been really weird because like why is he like shrouded and everything? But that's Luke because he's missing appendages and such.
Oh.
I mean, at least I assume it's that. I haven't actually like looked to see. I'm sure maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's C-3PO.
Oh, so like it's really supposed to be Luke that's narrating the whole thing or something?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It sounded a little bit like Kael'thas, to be honest.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I thought.
Energy, power. My people are addicted to it. My father had it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Anyway, so the trailer has been like blowing up everywhere. It is infinitely better than the first one.
I never even watched the first one, honestly. I didn't realize. I was like looking at it. I was like, wait, there's two? I was just searching for this one a minute ago.
That'd be pretty funny if you watched the first one instead of the second one. I'd be like, wait, what the hell? What's going on here? So yeah, so that's the trailer. Everyone's blowing up about it, and this is pretty much gonna be the biggest thing, like pretty much ever. The little there's a little droid in there that you saw for like a glimpse. He's like a little ball shape. You saw him peek around a corner.
So, yeah, no, I have seen the other trailer because now I remember seeing that goofy looking thing like rolling around in the other trailer.
Yes, yeah. So I guess everyone was like, "Oh, CG, blah blah blah." So that thing is actually real. During a QA thing they did this morning, they actually rolled it out.
Oh, nice.
And like it rolled out, and it looked around, and made the little sounds. I mean, the sounds are superimposed, but whatever. Like it was functional, and I mean, not autonomous, of course, but still, like it was not CG.
Yeah. Yeah,
and it was
'cause,
using like the Segway type motor or something, because that's what it looked like, the way it was like bouncing around.
Yeah, because wasn't like J.J. Abrams like super like, no, we're gonna do this like they did the original ones, sort of.
Yeah, so his big thing is that he's all about practical effects.
Yeah.
And then you
like
use
the Star Trek movies were super into practical effects and stuff too.
yeah, and you just use CG to like augment the practical effects if you need to, but you don't have your entire cast sitting in a green screen.
Yeah.
Performing like that. And he said that about BB-8, I think, which is the little ball bubble boy, sure. He said that it's you build something like this and the actors can like react to it, and you get a more genuine line delivery from them because of that they're not looking at a dot on the ground or something. And it's smart. I mean, it's really smart. I can't wait to see it, man.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I am on board with this. This is pulling all the appropriate appendages that are necessary. What, appendages? Does that even what?
Yeah.
Okay. Apparently that's the thing I said.
Yep.
So speaking of Star Wars, by which I mean speaking of X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, of course, which was an awesome game that I sunk a bunch of time into. So speaking of games that I've sunk a bunch of time into, so speaking of Battlefield, Bad Company, so speaking of Battlefield-like games, so speaking of Star Wars.
God. Jeez.
Yeah, they're going to release a trailer for the new Star Wars Battlefront game tomorrow.
Pretty much around the time that you were watching this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's probably out by now.
Screw you guys living in the future.
Yeah. Fuck you, future people. How are things in the future, dicks?
A new Battlefront is...
Those are three words that I like to hear.
What's that?
A new Battlefront.
Did you play Battlefront?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
I played it a bunch on... It was one of the console releases. I don't remember which console it was I was playing it on. Might have been the original Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I played it a whole bunch on that. I didn't play it online really much, but I did a whole bunch of the like it had the weird sort of like story thing to it.
Yeah.
That I played through. And so I did a bunch of that. And some like local split screen with a bunch of friends of mine.
Local split screen. Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Remember when games had fucking split screen, by the way?
Now they can't handle it. Now it's like, oh, it's too much stress.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah. Nobody plays games with friends anymore.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a. Ugh. So I never played Battlefront. I played Unleashed. I played Republic Commando, I think. Is that what it's called? Something like that.
Yeah.
And I played one back in 1995. It was, I believe you're playing as like as a stormtrooper or something.
Are you talking about like Dark Forces?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played that one. It ran like complete garbage on my Mac, my Macintosh Performa 630 CD.
Yeah, Dark Forces was the predecessor to Jedi Knight, which was one of the best first-person shooters of that era.
Well, I missed it apparently. So.
Yeah, you did. Jedi Knight was really fucking good.
Terrible.
That was one that I did used to play online a whole bunch, and you'd get in these like crazy lightsaber duels with people. It was kind of fun.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, by crazy lightsaber duels, I mostly mean spinning around in circles and swinging it around everywhere. But damn it, in like 1998, that was pretty fucking cool.
Button mashing, exactly.
Yeah.
So the release date, however, is found on the website right now. It's actually in the source code. Not even like hidden in the source code. I guess it's just like a toggle on off, and it's just there. But yeah,
it's just a comment in there, like an HTML comment that says what it is.
Note to developer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so November 17th is apparently the release date for PS4, Xbone, and PC.
Nice.
Who do you think is going to get the marketing rights to it?
I have no idea. I feel like Sony has the deepest pockets right now, but I feel like Microsoft is going to be hungrier. Like I feel like Microsoft is still trying to prove that their console doesn't suck.
Yeah.
Like they're still trying to sort of dig themselves out of that hole. And I actually did get a Xbone recently, and it's not bad. I still think the PS4 is better, but I now own both so that I can compare. And a large reason for this is that I've been paying for Xbox Live for like ages, so I have a whole bunch of I just keep forgetting to cancel it. So I have a whole bunch of the games with gold that I've been getting like as quote unquote free, like because you were able to say yes, I would like this game, without actually owning an Xbone.
Yeah.
So I've just been doing like I kept. Like basically every month I would be like,
log
oh god
in
damn it,
and
I
buy
forgot to cancel Xbox Live again. Well, I guess I might as well get this free game. So eventually it got to the point where I was literally like I had like $300 worth of free games. So I was like, fuck it, I might as well just buy one at this point.
That's a good deal right there.
Yeah.
It's like you could tell people it's like I got an Xbone with $500 of free games.
Yeah.
Just do what I did and not buy an Xbone, but pay for Xbox Live.
Xbox Live. Yeah. Yeah. But
now
yeah,
I feel like I missed out on that deal. I feel like I could have been paying for Xbox Live this whole time and turn it on and all of a sudden, blam, money.
Yeah, it's not bad. I also had a couple of other games. Like I had Rise for it also, which I've been playing through, and it isn't bad. It's not quite up to the levels of like a the game with Kratos, God of War level sort of brawler, but it's still pretty good, and there's some neat little tactical stuff that happens in it, which is neat. The problem that Rise has is like the majority of the gameplay is QuickTime events, which is it gets tiresome after a while.
Yeah, that's what I heard, because I remember the trailer was like it was more like a launch title with Xbone, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I remember they were showcasing it at E3, I think, one year, and it was just like everyone was just like, "Oh God, oh freaking out, boner, oh." And
everybody was super into it, and then it came out, and everyone went, "What?"
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's everywhere.
Yeah. But yeah, Star Wars Battlefront. I am stoked for this. This has been like a good few weeks for old franchises that I haven't played in like 15 years coming back. Like we had Tony Hawk a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
And man, am I stoked for Tony Hawk. I really hope that they stick to the roots, like the Tony Hawk, like the Pro Skater 2 or 3 era. Like that's when the game was really good. And I'm hoping that Battlefront can sort of like, because Battlefield 4, I played a ton of Bad Company 2. I played the literal shit out of Bad Company 2.
Yeah. Battlefield
Battlefield 4 I could not get into.
The literal shit.
I literally could not shit on Battlefield 4. So I'm kind of hoping that the new Star Wars Battlefront game kind of, because it was always like basically a Star Wars reskin of Battlefield. I'm hoping that they stick with the sort of original, what made Battlefield good, and don't do stupid shit like you can fly a jet. It's great, probably. I hated the jets. They were no.
I can't get into the any modern combat like games. Even like modern-ish combat. Like it has to be sci-fi, or I mean really like sci-fi in terms of like except for God, you know what? Like except for GTA Online, which is kind of falling into this realm. The thing is GTA like adds a whole shitload of other things that make it not a lobby-based shooter.
Yeah, well, and like GTA also just has the whole like silliness of GTA like thrown onto it as well. It's like, I mean, you could say that Team Fortress is kind of a modern combat sort of game, but it's silly the whole time.
Oh yeah, it's highly stylized.
Yeah,
and that's the thing that sells it for me too. It's like it's highly stylized shooter.
You know what game needs to come out?
What's that?
Fucking Overwatch. I want to play it. I want to play it so bad.
Yeah, man. You guys, you should go down to the hall and knock on some doors or whatever.
Yeah.
Or...
I'm gonna go find. I don't actually even know where Team 4 is right now, but I'm gonna go find them, and I'm gonna be like,
Team what?
4. So there's 5
As
teams.
as in Team Fortress.
Oh, that's kind of hilarious. Yeah. No, there's 5 teams at Blizzard. Team 1 is doing StarCraft and Heroes of the Storm. Team 2 is World of Warcraft. Team 3 is Diablo. Team 4 is Overwatch, and Team 5 is Hearthstone.
Yep.
Those are them. Maybe Team 4 is in their Team Fortress.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. So anyways, yeah, you guys really need to get some news out for that, because it's you guys are going about the same pace as Gigantic right now. It's like, let's show up to a thing. Oh my God, what's this game? Okay, see you later.
I mean, I think that with Overwatch, and I should clarify that I am not at all affiliated with any Overwatch.
You're about as affiliated as I am.
Yeah, like I really don't get to know much about what's going on with Overwatch. But I feel like if they're not like ready to come out in the very near future, or like get a beta rolling in the very near future, I'm totally fine with them not talking about it much.
Yeah.
Because a big problem that Heroes of the Storm ran into early on is like they had the tech alpha come out, and then whoops, they had to stay in tech alpha for ages because they were still like they were making major changes to the game, they were working on infrastructure and so on, and like there was a ton of hype for it when it first went into tech alpha, and then that kind of died down. And so now they're having to try and ramp it back up again, which I think they're doing pretty well with like the Heroes of the Dorm thing.
Yeah, they are. I was gonna say that's so. Heroes traffic has picked up a lot recently, and what's interesting is, you know, kind of like an easy peasy cheap barometer for like games popularity is to go see how many people are streaming it, right?
Yeah.
I'm finding that while that works sometimes, it does not apply here. People that are playing this game, they're not streaming it, but there are, from what I've seen traffic-wise, there are a lot of people starting to flock to Heroes.
Nice.
And I don't know if it's like, I don't know what it is, like what changed or whatever. But you know, we're partnered with a couple sites, and obviously we have our own site, and we see their traffic, and yeah, it's pretty interesting. I mean,
I wonder if it's related to the Heroes of the Dorm thing, because that's like on ESPN.
Yeah, and that's recent. Like this, we started noticing the traffic spike. What? 3 weeks to a month ago, which I know you guys started promoting Heroes of the Dorm about around that time, but I don't think promoting that competition would drive this much traffic. But still, yeah. I mean, it is. You're right. It is on. I watched some of it, and it was pretty interesting. Jester was on it.
Yeah, yeah. It's super challenging to try to make something like that fit to like the rules that a company like ESPN is going to set on things like, no, you can have one ticker. That's it. That's all of the UI you can put on the screen, because everything else is clutter and it's not going to show up on like a 4-inch TV.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing. Wow.
Yeah. So, speaking of...
Roll back to Rise and QuickTime events.
So speaking of Rise and QuickTime events, by which I mean speaking of...
You do this in like just the most dickish way. By which I mean speaking of. By which I mean speaking of.
So QuickTime events goes to stopwatches, which goes to limited time, which goes to Grand Theft Auto somehow.
Wait, what?
Well, we were talking about Grand Theft Auto earlier, so I figured we should go back to that.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about the other one? Because I can make the other one happen. I can shove that one in there. Let's do that. Okay. Screw it. Let's do it. So, speaking of... let's see, where should we go from this? Where should we start with this? So speaking of Xbox One, by which I mean speaking of consoles that don't work very well, by which I mean speaking of Twitch plays things, by which I mean speaking of Old Spice Nature Adventure. Old Spice Nature Adventure.
So,
if you haven't seen this, you are missing out.
And some quality Twitch stuff.
Yeah, this is like, so I don't use any Old Spice products personally, but man, am I a fan of their marketing team. Like their advertisements tend to be pretty awesome. Like the whole the tickets are now diamonds or whatever. Like the Old Spice guy and the stuff they were doing with him, and like doing stuff on YouTube a while ago. They were like, Old Spice guy responds to your comments and stuff.
Yep.
That was really funny.
That was great.
The like they had like the Old Spice odor blocker like extreme ads for a while. They were playing at like every single MLG. And those were pretty funny. And so their latest sort of thing, which I can only assume is coming off of the success of like the Can't Kill Progress Deus Ex stream or something. They have what they're calling Old Spice Nature Adventure that's going on right now. And it's a guy with like a GoPro over his shoulder walking around in the woods doing God knows what. And doing what chat room tells him to.
Yep.
Like there will be a little thing that pops up in the corner and it'll be like, look for clues or hug a tree and stuff like that.
Praise a stick.
Worship
a stick.
Worship a stick, yeah.
Look directly at the sun.
Yeah.
Drink your own piss.
Yeah. These are all things that pop up in the corner that then this guy does. And they're like adding on top of that by having like little extra sort of events that happen to him in the so like the basic story is that there was some sort of fairy and this man has to find the golden retainer so that her teeth will be fine or something. It's silly.
There's a story?
Yeah. I think I just summarized it. There was a robber that showed up and it stole the golden retainer from the fairy princess, and so this guy has to find the pieces of the golden retainer or something. And it's been doing pretty. They had like 20,000 viewers earlier, and people just spamming the chat room saying what to do, and then like through some algorithm or another, it may be that there's someone approving him too. But if it is someone approving him, they're still picking hilarious things for him to do. And he does everything that they say. Like there was this one point earlier, and they're presenting the whole thing as a video game also. So there's this one point earlier where he found this like dude in a bear suit in a like a little like wrestling ring that had been set up from like 4 trees with ropes tied around it. And like people were like, fight the bear. And he's like, okay. And so he like climbs in. And he like fights the bear and he gets knocked down to the ground, and then it pops up and says, "You have died, respawning." And he it takes a second, and then it's like, okay, he's respawned. And then it's like, okay, now he needs more training in order to fight the bear, so like do training. So he just like starts doing jumping jacks and stuff. And like this montage music starts playing. And then like fight the bear again. He goes and he gets killed by the bear again. It's like train with the bear, hug the bear. And like he keeps having to do all sorts of this stuff. And it's just the sort of thing that's like, okay, you watch it for a minute and you're like, that's kind of interesting. You watch it for 2 minutes and you're like, okay, this is stupid. You watch it for 5 minutes and you're like, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah, I was gonna say you break the seal and like you basically the point you go beyond that threshold and you're like, oh shit, it's like an hour has passed and I'm watching this guy. Like the drink piss thing. Some of this stuff is like set up, you know, like has to be because, like you said, drink piss, and he pees in a jar. Like you don't see his dick or anything, but he pees in a jar and then he drinks it. I mean, it looked like pickle juice. Either way, it's disgusting.
Yeah,
and
even if it is pickle juice.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know where he got the jar from though. You know, like did he just? Yeah, so whatever. Like some of them probably staged. It was still maybe they anticipated they're gonna tell you to drink your pee. Just go out there with some lemonade in a jar and pretend you're peeing in something. They can't see. You can't see the front. Whatever. Some of this, there was like a couple in sequence. It was like pick up a stone, and then the next one was put it in your inventory or something. So he's like, and he puts it in his backpack.
Yeah. There was. I was watching at a point earlier. He'd like found a piece of the golden retainer, and it was like bury the golden retainer. So he digs a hole and he puts it in and covers it back up. And it's like now dig it back up. So he goes and digs it back up and gets it out. They're like now bury it again. So he buries it again. You're just watching this guy do the most ridiculous things. And like occasionally things will come through where it'll be like, say happy birthday to George. And it'll be like, happy birthday, George. It's pretty funny. Oh, and the best part, well, okay, actually not the best part, but one of the best parts is the narrator, who's this British guy who has identified himself as Rob. And the whole time he's just like he's like, it's so weird. Like, how do you even describe what the narrator is doing other than like he's narrating?
It's very the humor is very dry.
Yeah.
And his delivery is like, it's very dry, a little crass, and it's just the way he's like, and by the way, just so you know, this is a video game, so you might be able to make him do something interesting if you want. You know?
Yeah, it's kind of like it's almost like if you put on a really shitty soap opera and told Total Biscuit to narrate it.
Yes, yeah, something he's completely not interested in. That's totally it. Yep.
Yeah.
There are even situations where they told the guy to ask the narrator where he's from.
Yeah.
And so like they have like a communication. If you listen to the feed, you can actually hear there's a secondary audio feed happening somewhere. And I think it's feeding in from one of the cameras. So he has like a little speaker or something where he's able to hear the narrator actually, give him commands or whatever, so he can interact with him in such a way. But like right now he's sleeping. It's obviously a loop. I mean, there's a GIF of a kid throwing a baseball back and forth to like probably a dad or something. I don't know.
He's like dreaming about throwing a baseball with his dad or something.
Yeah, exactly. But the actual video itself,
I appreciate that we're both watching this stream as we're talking about it, by the way. And it's not even doing anything right now. It's just the guy sleeping on a loop.
The whole time with his Old Spice stuff just kind of hanging out there.
Yeah.
But bottom of the night. Oh, snap. Okay, sorry. Wife's giving me
baseball.
Sports ball game updates.
Sports ball.
Yeah, because the Giants have been
Sports
sucking
ball.
balls lately.
Sucking sports balls.
Sucking sports balls. But it's tied right now, and it's the bottom of the ninth.
By the way, there's 1,500 people watching this looping GIF of this guy sleeping.
I've been watching it too. So
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna close it.
No.
So anyways, go watch it for at least a couple minutes. That way you can be exposed to this. It's kind of like it's spawned from the Twitch Plays Pokemon, where like I watched that for a bit, just kind of get a couple good chuckles, and then that was it. Like you have to at least experience it to see like just chat room being retarded, and the guy actually doing what they're suggesting.
Yeah. And like the ways, like some of the stuff that they tell him to do, it's just so bizarre that he still has to come up with some way to do it.
Yeah, fight your shadow. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Don't step in sunlight. That was another good one. Run in circles. he must have logged so many miles like in circles.
Yeah.
Run around a tree. Saw a tree down with your hand.
He had assassinate a tree earlier, or attempt to assassinate a tree. So he was like, he had a stick, and he would like sneak up on a tree, like you can tell which direction it was or whatever. But like he would like try to shake the tree, and then it would be like apologize to the tree, and he's like, "I'm sorry, tree. I'm sorry."
Build a landmark. Build a natural landmark. And so he built like this little just tripod of like branches and stuff he found. And then the next one was tear it down.
Yeah,
it's entertaining. Like it's so silly, but it's totally entertaining to watch for some reason.
Yeah,
reality TV.
It's like seriously, like I would watch this all day. I may tomorrow. I'll probably just turn it on tomorrow and have it on my second monitor and just be like, nope, this is what's happening. I'm watching Old Spice Nature Adventure today.
The narrator's voice definitely helps too.
Yeah.
Like
especially
it's
like
just soothing enough where he could just sit in the background.
Yeah, like I felt bad for the guy earlier, the narrator, because they were having some sort of technical difficulty. He tried to, I don't remember what it was. He tried to like rub his nose on a tree or something and died as a result of that. And Yeah, like it was like lick the tree or something, and that killed him.
Is he playing Daisy in IRL?
Yeah, apparently. And then they had some sort of technical difficulty immediately following that. So the guy had to vamp for like half an hour, like just talking with the chat room about stuff, and it was still entertaining the entire time. Was the thing. Like it says you're dead, respawning. And this guy's just talking to the chat room for like a half an hour about who knows anything, really.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
That's really, really impressive. Yeah, because there was like 18,000 people watching around 2 o'clock.
Yeah. This is a better stream than the Star Wars one, almost.
We've spent more time talking about this than everything else.
Yeah. But yeah, go check it out.
Yes.
So speaking of transitions I tried to make earlier that didn't really work, Grand Theft Auto PC.
Do you own it?
No. I'm.
You own it on enough platforms, I know.
Well, I honestly. So I bought Grand Theft Auto 5 for the 360.
Yeah.
I played it with you and Chisel a couple of times. That's literally all I ever did with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so at some point I need to play Grand Theft Auto 5. And I kind of think I'd rather play it on PS4 or Xbone. Like, I don't think I want to play it on a PC.
That's blasphemous.
It's a console game to me. It's always been a console game
It's
to me.
because you moved and your computer is in a different room now.
If I could play it on PC with a controller from my couch, I would do that.
Yeah, you could totally do that.
I don't think I have a way to set that up right now.
Oh, long HDMI cable.
I guess I could just run a. That would be a long ass HDMI cable. I don't think I want to do that. But okay, so tell me, what is it about Grand Theft Auto on PC that makes it better than the console versions?
Well, it looks obviously a million times better. So video quality wise, it looks way better. Sustained 60 FPS. It's beautiful. Like, I mean, 60 FPS easy. At quality that you could just basically push to hell. Like, it actually pushes your hardware. And it's well optimized too. It's not pushing it just because it's poorly optimized. I mean, there's a couple quirks here and there for sure, but for the most part, it's pretty damn optimized. It's got most of the settings that you'd expect in a good port. It's got even an FOV slider, although the FOV slider could use a little bit more oomph. It still is pretty decent. It's definitely fine if you're playing it on console for sure. The online portion is it's 30 people in a lobby, I think, or 30, 32, something like that. But notably more than the 16 that you get on peasant consoles. So you can obviously have much more bullshittery that occurs.
Did you say peasant consoles?
Did I say that? I might have said that.
I think you said peasant consoles.
Chisel Emo and I are on PC. And
that's not really a selling point.
And it works perfectly fine with a controller. Obviously, it'd be really silly if it didn't. But yeah, it's if you're gonna spend the money for the product, like, just get it on PC. I mean, I haven't seen your new place, and I don't know if the missus is gonna have a problem with you running a cable out the middle of their hallway or whatever.
Yeah, that would probably not go over well.
Across the living room.
Yeah, that would not be good.
The GTA cable is all it's gonna be. GTA HDMI, exactly.
GT HDMI.
Yeah, it's. I mean, oh God, given your situation, it's really hard to to justify it because it's totally up to you. So what's it gonna be? Right here, right now.
I'm not good at press. I'm playing Trials. Okay.
Okay. Right.
I tuned out halfway through that and started playing Trials. Gotta get my Yeti fur.
It's obviously we've been playing online, and there's been, since the last time you and I have played, there's been a number of DLCs that have come out. There's a ton of new vehicles. There's obviously no like expansion to like the world or anything. The world's big enough as it is, but plenty of vehicles. And they released a scenario editor type thing, probably several months back, like 6 months or something back. And what that does is it allows you to make your own custom game types, and you could just have like the dumbest things. Like let's have a downhill bicycle death match, and you start at the top of a mountain, and like the person that gets to the end with the most kills or something, I don't know, wins. Like there's all kinds of crazy rules you can apply. It's almost like the Trials editor, because you could place ramps and vehicles and spawn doodads and whatnot all over the place. So you have a lot of flexibility in what you could do. And then they have the Rockstar editor, so you're gonna see a lot of machinima coming out of it because the editor is like it's actually really good. Have you ever played the Team Fortress TF2's editor?
I haven't played with it, but I've seen a lot of videos that were made using it.
Yeah. So it's like that, and I'm not talking about like the Steam machinima thing, like just like the in-game where you could move the camera around at different angles and whatnot. Yeah. So it's a really solid and neat editor. So if something happens in the game, you can basically go back and do all these camera angles and like, oh man, we totally meant to do that because look at this slow motion hit. Yeah. So.
Nice. Yeah, maybe I'll grab it on PC.
Yay!
That was a delayed excitement.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure you were making the right decision. That's all. I guess the biggest news about the game today is that there are more concurrents playing GTA 5 than Skyrim. At its peak. Obviously not now, but at its peak.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Skyrim peaked at 280,000, and GTA 5 is just over like 306,000 or something like that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
For a game that's been out and everyone has played it on another platform.
Yeah. Yeah, that is pretty nuts. Like when you think about like Skyrim came out on did it come out on PCs first? Or was it simultaneous?
I thought it was simultaneous.
It might be
I'm going to go and talk like this until I can confirm otherwise.
Well, I mean, either way, it's still like nothing near like what's happened with Grand Theft Auto 5, which is a game that's like a year old now, and just now releasing on PC, and people are like, yeah, no, I'll play that. Like, I'll buy it again, no problem.
Hold on, I'm still stalling. I'm stalling. It looks like, I don't know. Whatever, yeah. What score? Still tied? Sweet. Anyways.
Oh.
Yeah, so anyways, baseball.
Yeah. We're doing more important things right now.
I know. Oh, yeah, simultaneous release. Simultaneous release.
Playing Trials.
Simultaneous release. November 11, 2011. So there you go. Windows, PS3, and Xbox 360. So, cool. Yes, that makes it even that much more impressive.
Yeah, definitely.
And you're going to be one of them. As soon as you're done playing Trials Frontier.
That'll never happen. They came out with a new update.
I know. I heard. It's got the donkey. Or donkey-esque thing.
And it's got, like, 2 new things that, like, the slot machine you kind of do every day.
Yeah.
It's got 2 other things that you need to do, like, all the time. So I basically live in Trials now.
Yeah, so you have to collect sticks until you get, like, a bundle.
Well, you just give them to a guy.
Oh, okay.
And then eventually, I don't know, something else probably happens with it. It's like a slow unlock sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I don't actually really know what's going on with it yet, other than I'm getting stuff. There's a bunch of tracks that you can only unlock doing this thing though. Uh-huh. So I'm like, oh, I got to get all these tracks because I don't know if they'll be available again later. So yeah.
That's actually, yeah, you're right. There's a bunch of tracks that I didn't realize that it was something that might be do or die. Well, damn. This lasts all month though, right? It's like a month long.
Yeah. There's plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
However, at the end of each week, the top 30% on the leaderboard for the new tracks get a special skin for a bike. Yeah. And you only have to be in the top 30%. I'm 2%.
Yeah, it's not hard to get top 30.
Yeah. And it's only on the new track. It's a separate leaderboard just for the new tracks also.
Of course.
It doesn't count the rest of them.
No, wait, is it top 30 in an individual track, or is it a separate leaderboard for all new tracks?
Separate leaderboard for all of the new tracks.
Oh, man. So you have to get them all. Okay.
Yeah, it's still really easy.
Okay, yeah. Still, though.
I have faith that you can do this.
Yeah, I'll probably do it.
Yeah.
I'll probably do it.
It's basically just another leaderboard for me to go, oh!
Yeah, because in overall leaderboards, you're like in the top point something percent?
0.7.
In the overall leaderboards.
Yep. On Android, anyway. There's a separate leaderboard for Android and iOS, but still.
I wonder if somebody has taken and made I'm hoping Red Links does have a merged leaderboard.
Maybe. If not, I know a guy who works at a gaming network that I might be able to convince to make one. Come on, we need the world needs Trials Head. You know it. Oh
God, Trials King.
Trials King, yeah.
No.
Trials TV?
What? That's not my business.
I think it's not your business.
It's not Trials TV.
I said DB.
Oh, DB. Yes, you're right.
I was like, wait.
That is my business.
Did you do something that I don't know about?
Yeah, so Trials DB. Okay, yeah, no problem, dude. I'll get people started on that.
Yeah.
And in closing,
it's important that I know how good I am.
Yeah, I know. In closing, we have a PSA.
Yes.
It's super important too. Like, it's probably more important than I think anything we've said in this series so far.
Which is not hard because nothing we've said in this series so far has been important.
So for all you folks out there who are looking to buy new games and such, it's really important for you guys to keep in mind that War Z is renaming their game to Aftermath. Okay? So don't buy Aftermath.
Yeah.
That's all.
Be warned.
Yep.
Aftermath is not a thing you want.
Exactly.
Because they renamed it to... It was War Z originally. Didn't they rename it to something else?
The Decay... No. Something Decay? Something Day? Oh, man.
Like, it was called the War... It was called War Z.
Infestation Survivor Stories. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, like it was called War Z, and that didn't work, so they tried to rename it to like Day J or something, and that wasn't gonna work either.
Yep. Oh. Yeah. So don't buy it.
Yeah, just don't buy Aftermath.
Yeah, they're calling it Aftermath. So, just that's all.
You have been warned, Internet.
What's the Giants' score?
I don't know. Oh.
The fans at the Giants Diamondbacks game are getting their money's worth. In the top of the 10th inning, the score is 4-4.
I have a feeling that's not the case because I heard my wife yell, "No!" So
maybe it. Oh wait, no, never mind.
I guess I'll see you guys later then. I'm gonna go drink.
Okay, you go drink, and I'm going to continue collecting Yeti first.
Okay.